The Gauteng High Court in Pretoria will not proceed with SAPS Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya's bid to invalidate National Police Commissioner General Fannie Masemola's decision to direct Sibiya to stay at home pending a probe into allegations of corruption in the criminal justice system. We've now roped in legal analyst Melusi Xulu to weigh in on this matter. Melusi, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your patience. So in the main, what did the court rely on its decision, especially given no date has been provided or set by the court at this point in time, just on its decision to then postpone this matter?
Well, the issue is it was supposed to be heard today. But as we've heard is that the team of Lieutenant General Sibiya has asked that there's a special allocation for a full bench so that this matter can be heard. Besides just having one judge, there can be more than one judges in the matter. So what needs to happen is that the court will look at whether there is a need for that. But the team, or through Mr. Sibiya or Lieutenant General Sibiya, when he had a briefing, a media briefing after the matter was postponed, he said that this is a high-profile matter. In his view, there's a public interest for it to be heard by a full bench. But we'll see whether the court will agree with him and have the matter being heard by the full bench, and then we'll take it from there. But it might be an issue of a public interest, because we're not talking about a normal person here. We're talking about a deputy commissioner. And it gives us a view exactly what is happening with the SAPS, because they are very damning allegations, as we've heard through Mshamasa when he had those expose, or when he exposed what is happening in the criminal justice system. So it will be interesting to see whether the judges will agree whether there should be a full bench.
And in fact, he did, Sibiya, that is, reiterate and insist that he has done nothing wrong and urgently seeks his reinstatement. He says if he is suspected of wrongdoing, in fact, that there are the processes and there are laws that need to be followed. What do you make of that argument and, just the allegations leveled against him in terms of just the seriousness of this particular case?
Yes, he raises a very interesting argument, because he's saying that it's very important not to look at the merits of the case, about the fact that he disbanded the political task team that was investigating killings in the political field, so to speak. But he's just saying, look, let's look at the procedure. First of all, if you're going to suspend me as my line manager, why don't you give me a time to give written representations before suspension, so that you could hear my side why I should not be suspended? So I believe he was there was from the 6th to the 15th of July, where he was given time to respond. But he's saying that time was not enough because there were damning allegations. And secondly, he's saying, look, there's a parallel investigation as well. We all know that on the 1st of September, the Madlanga Commission was supposed to start, but I don't think it will start. There's some issues that need to be resolved first. So he's saying, you can't have two parallel investigations. You have an internal and an external. Why don't you wait for the commissioner or for the commission of inquiry to get full details of what happened? And he's basically saying that the allegations, and now coming down to the allegations, they are not tested. So he shouldn't be, judged before a full investigation has been done, whether through the commission of inquiry. So those are the things that he's raising. But most importantly, he's saying he did not get enough time to give his written representations, and he feels it's unfair for him to be told to get a leave of absence when he hasn't been given time to respond as well.
And what are the just the projections you think? I mean, when you look at it from a scenario perspective, in terms of will the court grant them this full bench, and also then what does it mean for either side, particularly on the defense from General Masemola, given the issues that are being raised by Sibiya?
Yeah, look, he raises the fact that the matter is a high-profile matter, but he's not the first person who might have a high position that must, get a full bench. or that has had a matter that will require such. I believe that, in my view, it doesn't necessarily need a full bench. The fact that the facts are there for everyone to see, or the only thing that the court needs to decide is, was it unfair for him to be suspended? That's it. But for him to request for a full bench, maybe he believes it's a high-profile matter and it needs more people. But I believe it doesn't necessarily need a full bench. It's a simple decision. Was he suspended fairly or not? And obviously, as I said, we're not looking at the merits. We're not looking at the merits whether he was involved in disbanding the task team, or whether, there are allegations that there were certain dockets that were taken by him, all of those. We're just looking at the labor issues, whether when you are suspended and in this nature, maybe you want to write representations why I should not be suspended. Should that be deemed to be fair or unfair? So in my view, to just give a short answer, I don't think a full bench is needed that much. You just need to analyze the reasons why he was suspended and whether it was fair or not.
Melusi, thank you so much for clarifying that for us. Thank you for your time too. Always a pleasure. That's a legal analyst, Melusi Xulu.